Hi, I'm Darryl Wells.
And I'm Alison Lennox, and welcome to the THISTLES Health and Safety Induction.
We're going to go through the information sheet just like the one in your hands and hopefully give you a better idea of what the information means.
So here goes. Point 1. Thistle Sterling has worked hard to establish where asbestos may be within the vicinity of the building, and this was carried out by a competent contractor. Where asbestos was detected, measures were taken by the centre that were recommended in the survey, and if contractors detect any more asbestos containing materials, the centre is to be told by the contractor or by his representatives. Contractors involved in destructive works that come across any fibrous material will be subject to testing for asbestos containing materials before continuing to determine exactly what the material is. A copy of the asbestos register is available for inspection in the centre management office, and if required is available to be issued to representatives on request.
Point 2. During trading hours of the centre there will be a general prohibition of works. This includes no work permitted on the malls or shop fronts during trading hours. Activities which create high levels of noise or vibrations will not be permitted during trading hours. No rubbish or materials to be left in the service corridors or in loading bays. This could lead to other health and safety issues concerning staff.
Point 3. These are the security procedures that you will have to abide by whilst working here at the centre. All contractors entering the site to commence works will have received a health and safety induction. All contractors and subcontractors receive the induction are required to sign the document you hold in your hands, so the centre knows that you fully understand the implications of the induction and what the THISTLES Sterling requires from you.
Point 4. This point covers parking arrangements for yourself and your representatives. Contractors' vehicles can be parked on site only after prior arrangement and agreement with management at the THISTLES Sterling. Delivery vehicles are allowed to deliver materials within the designated loading bays during normal working day, but only after informing security of the intended delivery and the delivery time.
Point 5. As a contractor, you will need various permits before you can commence work. You will need to issue risk assessment method statement and insurance details to the THISTLES security team prior to the issue of a general permit to work. High-risk permits to work will be issued from the THISTLES Sterling Centre Management before you can undertake the following works at the centre. 1. Hot works. 2. Lone working. 3. Working at heights. 4. Working in confined spaces. 5. Works to life safety systems. 6. Plant rooms.
Point 6. There are points of restricted access throughout the centre. You will not be granted access and are unauthorised to access any area not identified as work area within the method statement of your visit. Electrical switch rooms and annexes without a permit to work. Roof spaces without management approval and a permit to work. Confined spaces without a permit to work.
Point 7. We all have our human moments, and so you'll be able to use the toilets located around the centre, providing you are suitably attired. Point 8. You are welcome to buy the food and drink that the catering traders are selling within the centre, but outside of trading hours you will have to supply yourself with refreshments.
Point 9. We all know that accidents happen, and if an accident does occur, you will be required under the regulations of the Reporting of Injuries, Diseases and Dangerous Occurrences Regulation 1995 Act to report to the enforcing authority, i.e. the local council, for any other information you may need. Contact your site supervisor or the members of the THISTLES security team. All accidents and incidents must be reported to the site supervisor, who in turn must report the accident/incident to the security control room. The accident will then be recorded in the THISTLES accident book, which is located in the security office.
Point 10. In the event of a need for first aid, this is also available from the security control room. Point 11. In the event of an incident that will require hospital treatment, the nearest A&E hospital is Forth Valley. Point 12. In the event of a fire, please follow these procedures. If you discover fire, activate nearest call point. If you hear a fire alarm, exit. via assigned route and proceed to evacuation, which is the nearest assembly point located in the diagram on the screen.
These are the evacuation procedures for the THISTLES Stirling Centre. In the event of the retailer's fire detection system activating, there is a 4-minute delay before the full centre fire alarms are activated. This allows the centre team to determine the cause of the alarm initiation before evacuating the centre. If there is a fire detection within the common or landlord's area, the alarm will activate immediately. Once the centre evacuation alarm is initiated, you will hear a continuous multi-tone sounder followed by Please secure the work area, ensuring no members of the public or staff are within, and proceed to the evacuation point by the nearest exit. In all emergencies, call 999 and call the security control room on 01786 479 295.
Point 13. Please abide by these housekeeping rules. All rubbish must be kept within the confines on the site boundary. Rubbish must not be allowed to accumulate. All common areas are to be kept clear and clean. Any skips required may be positioned by arrangement with the THISTLES Stirling Centre. On no account must the THISTLES skips be used. All skips on site must have lids and be lockable.
Point 14. We don't want anybody to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, so please follow these rules. All personnel are to wear appropriate and identifiable PPE throughout the duration of the work. This is to ensure identification of all authorised personnel within the site area. All personnel are to wear appropriate PPE applicable to work identified within the RAMs issued prior to commencement of the work. Of course, if you have any further questions, you are welcome to ask a member of the THISTLES Stirling Centre team. Here are the list of permits you will need to collect from the security control room. Hot works, loan works, roof access, excavate, cut or grinding, lift motorroom, hazardous areas. The address of the centre is the THISTLES Stirling, Goosecroft Road, Stirling, Scotland, FK8 2EA. The phone number is 01786 474 157.
All the key members of the centre can be contacted on 01786 470 055. These are the opening times for the centre. Monday to Wednesday 9 till 5:30, Thursday 9 till 8, Friday 9 till 5:30, Saturday 9 till 6, Sunday 9 till 5, bank holidays 9 till 5. If the fire alarm sounds outside of changing hours, proceed to the media yard assembly point, which is at the service yard entrance at T1. Talk to the security control room through the intercom system to alert them of your presence. Make sure that you know where your nearest fire exits are, so in the event of a fire, you will know where to exit.
All contractors are to abide by these rules. All work that will create loud noise or vibrations is only to be executed outside of trading times. The site responsible person must ensure that you acquire a general permit to work. This can be collected from security before your project work proceeds, and this must be handed back to security once your work is completed. All personnel you bring to the centre must receive a health and safety induction just like this one. This must be given before they start to work.
Identifiable workwear, high-vis, waistcoats and proper safety footwear must be worn at all times while working at the centre, unless otherwise directed by the RAMs at the time of working. Other safety equipment must be worn as appropriate and as instructed within your RAMs in accordance with specific risk assessments. All operatives should be aware of the appropriate risk assessments, method statements for the work they are carrying out at the site. They must have signed documents to confirm that they have read and understood the contents.
Operatives must be trained and competent to perform the work allocated to them. Do not tamper with any scaffold, support or other precautionary measures provided for your safety and welfare. If you see any unsafe condition, please inform your supervisor and the Thistles site representatives immediately. All trades are responsible for clearing their own rubbish to be removed from the site unless otherwise agreed with the Thistles. Do not let rubbish collect. Fires are not permitted.
Hot works permits are required for all hot works within the centre boundary, available after providing appropriate RAMs issued to the Thistles. Smoking is not allowed in the centre. Personnel wishing to smoke must use the allocated smoke area outside the bus station waiting area. No smoking is to take place adjacent to the building opposite T2 car park. All plant and equipment must be fit for purpose, well maintained and operated by a trained person.
All electrical equipment brought into the site must comply with the Electricity at Work Regulations Act 1989. The pat date must not exceed 12 months and must be clearly visible on the equipment or be registered on the log, which will need to be issued to the Thistles prior to the commencement of the work. Do not urinate anywhere other than in the toilets provided. Welfare facilities must be respected and kept clean and tidy. Radios are not permitted in the centre.
No alcohol and no drugs may be brought into or around the centre. Anyone suspected to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs will be asked to leave the site. Fire escape doors on hoarding should not be used for access and egress and should be used in an emergency only. Contractors are requested to inform the control room when they have left their respected sites for the day.
Any isolations must be formally requested and follow a signed procedure for both isolation and reinstatement with security control. Isolate all plant equipment and vehicles when not in use and before leaving the site. Report all accidents to your supervisor and or a member of the Thistle Stirling.
The contractor is responsible for informing the Thistle Stirling of any new or changed risks and any changes to the risk assessments or methods of work. You will provide the Thistles management with after-hours contact names and numbers. If you discover any material which you think may contain asbestos, please stop work immediately and report this to your supervisor and the Thistles management as soon as possible. Failure to comply with any of the above may result in a request to leave the centre.
We hope we've answered all of your questions, but if you do have any more, please ask a member of staff.
And we hope you enjoy your visit here at the Thistles in Stirling.